Are you living in the past, the future, or the present? We normally use like synonyms a moment and a minute to refer us to a tiny period of time. And that's not wrong, but we must know that there's a difference between them. To explain you what is a moment, I'm going to take you back to the Middle Age, when Roman civilization established a moment, like a unit of time, by the movement of a shadow on a sundial that covered 40 moments in a solar hour, a 12th part of the period between sunset and sunrise. Translating this to modern time, a moment lasts 90 seconds. Coming back to the present, if I ask you what is a minute, you're going to answer 60 seconds. And that's true. But I had realized that even since a long time ago, humans have learned how to measure time, and time is measurable. It changes depending of different situations. And with daily situations of human life, we can notice how it can be very significant. For example, if you're going to get out with your crush and this person texts you, "I'll be there in a minute," but you're ready, there's not going to be any problem. But if you're not ready at all and this person texts you, "I'll be there in a minute," you're going to get problem. Because your mind is going to run in circles, you're going to get nervous, and it will be kind of mess. In the other hand, thinking about situations that happens to us as humans since the beginning of our lives, or births. I love the day I was born because it's my mom's birthday too. But what will happen if I had born on June 12th at the 11:59 p.m.? My mom and I wouldn't be able to share the same cake, to open our presents at the same time, to share that bond that joins us. A particular day of the year in a different time and context in my family's history. But what happens when a baby lasts more than a minute crying? The hypoxia, and it will make harmful effects in all his body, but most in his nervous system. Again, with the daily situations, when you kiss someone you love, and the kiss lasts a minute, it will be like a minute in heaven. Well, just if the kiss is too good and means something powerful to you, but it can be a hug too of one of your friends or your family. And now, going to the future, to the end of our lives. When someone is dying, and one of his or her relatives is running for their last goodbye, and this person has only 1 minute to be there, to be on time before it's too late, but the person dies because of that minute, he or she lost the only opportunity to be there for his or her loved one. That's the relativity of the time, a separation of events by physics measure. All of these examples are just to show you how a minute can be very significant. When we think in the future, we feel a relief that the time is shattered. But when we think in the past, the time stops. I remember the time when I visited Europe with my father, and when I think about all the memories, I just want to hold it and hold on to it, to live it once again and again. But when I imagine myself visiting Paris in 2 years or more, all the images flashes in my head that I can't even make a pause. Just the idea of doing my luggage, arriving to the airport, passes in my mind like in 2 minutes, and in reality you need to wait hours and hours and hours to make this happen. But the time that is more difficult to understand is the present. In the view of something that nobody likes it, and it's difficult to us to be in the present. Our mind constantly travels to the future or the past because this is how it works naturally. But it's our job to redirect and discipline it to be in the here and now. Why? Because the time that is most important is the present. Because having a great present means to plan a great future, to make it more certain. Having a great present means to say goodbye to the bad things that you live in your past and help yourself so you can move on, trying to live a life with no more regrets. Having a great present means to enjoy of the little things of the life, like a cup of coffee, a wonderful sunset, a relaxing shower. Use a comfortable shoes under your feet, going to bed after a hard day of work, a deep talk, or just a simple conversation with someone you care about to feel listened to by that person. These things that we do in our daily life but we don't pay too much attention. So I will leave you with these questions. What are you doing with the time you are given? Are you making of it something worthwhile? And again, are you living in the past, the future, or the present?